It's Monday. I'm feeling good. It's Monday. Yo, meet me in the hood. Was that good? I apologize in advance. All right. Yo. Where's that sound coming from? We are streaming live. What it do, what it does, what it did. Since Facebook acting up. So what's good, y'all? What's good, fam? Alright, you know the rules. It's TomV.com. Loudverse Media. We're gonna move our hands around. Do a stream right now. Make some music right now. Short little something, but feeling some inspiration. So let's make it happen. You know the rules. I'm going to go ahead and set the timer for a breezy little 30 minutes. We're working on this track. Où est-ce que vous triez bois? It's going to be the B-side off my next single. Let's go ahead, listen where we're at. And what we're in the process now of doing is doing some arrangement. So we're taking an idea, producing it from start to finish, making it happen live on stream for everybody to see inside the sausage factory, how the sausage is made. Without further ado, let's take a listen where we're at. Nice. All right, so taking this in some interesting directions. Yeah, so, overall, it's pretty tough in some parts. It's pretty rough. Again, what we're doing here is we're going after the arrangement. We'll dive down and polish, so bear with me. Bear with the process. One thing that's thrown me, let me throw in just this this side chain input. The chain, it's not great, but it's gonna just do a little bit better. And then you can see once we finalize what the drums will be, so there's this part right here, That's not going to be the final, but what I'd like to, so once I finalize what it will be, I'll go ahead and build in the sidechain. For now, I'm just going to put this one in so that we have a somewhat decent, so the bass is ducking at decent points. Because the bass was getting out of hand with no chain input to duck it on the side chain. So this should sound a little bit tighter. So here the bass is ducking out at reasonable times now. Gee, and I thought this when I heard it the last time last night. It starts too high on the cutoff and doesn't go low enough, so perfect. I don't want to duck the cutoff so much. Okay, cool. We gotta get these vocals back in, no? Let's see. Here, let's get it back in. So what we're doing is we're automating the filter cutoff on the vocals for this little breakdown part. Maybe have it come out of nowhere. Maintenant pas plus tard. I could see a little incidental here. Oh, oh, something kind of cool. We'll put something in there. It begs for it. Maybe even a little bit of master bounce glitch action. Okay, so a question that I'm having here is, should this be bounced?
Où est-ce qu'on vous voudrait boire quelque chose avec moi maintenant, pas plus tard? Où est-ce qu'on vous voudrait boire quelque chose avec moi maintenant, pas plus tard?
I think I am going to bounce this in, and what we can do is we'll put the input on this French 201. No, we need a French French. Ay, caramba. Call this French 101. This is going to be the first part. We're going to give this a specialty color so we know. I'm going to set the input to be resampling, arm that track, and then when's it kick in? Right here. All right.
Où est-ce qu'on voudrait boire quelque chose avec moi maintenant, pas plus tard? Où est-ce qu'on voudrait?
So now we have this bounce down to one track.
Où est-ce qu'on voudrait boire quelque chose avec moi maintenant, pas plus tard?
Same exact.
Où est-ce qu'on voudrait? Où est-ce qu'on voudrait? Où est-ce qu'on voudrait boire? Où est-ce qu'on voudrait? Où est-ce qu'on voudrait boire quelque chose avec moi maintenant, pas plus tard? Où est-ce qu'on voudrait boire quelque chose avec moi maintenant, pas plus tard?
All right, so similar how we did this, we'll just use these. And then this is honestly going to give us an opportunity to do some cool glitching too. So let's keep the party going. Okay. I've got an idea here to gate this puppy, so let's go like this. Kind of a classic little move I like to do. I know I could use an audio effect, but that's not fast enough, so let's zoom in a level lower down. I could use an effect, but I like doing it in audio. Then I can do some even further glitching on it. And hopefully this gives us an effect like, oh, yes, cool. That's all right, but what if we go even a level down? So what is this level? This is 30-second notes. See, it might be 64th. So if this is a quarter note, no. Yep, this is a quarter note. So if we divide this into 8, those are 30 seconds. That's kind of cool. Let's hear this. Yeah, I've got an idea to make this annoyingly glitchy too in this part, so I think this is a cool idea. But let's maybe throw in a little bit of quarter or eighth note glitching. Maybe da da da. Yeah. So we'll do this and then maybe I was thinking we could throw in some triplets, but maybe that doesn't fit. Okay. One thing I'm obviously thinking is panning, so we could do some crazy stuff. I could use an auto pan, or another thing I could use is actually a utility, or even the track panning. Sometimes I like to use a utility to do that instead. Get this mic placement a little bit clearer. What's good out there? What's going on Twitch, eh? Holla. Maybe this one. Maybe something like this. What about something like this? When we were doing this yesterday, where we glitch every other two. Kind of like doubles. Then maybe go deep here. One thing I'll probably have to do if I end up keeping this part is go through and update the fades. That's cool because there's the glitch part up here. Nice. So, what do we want to do here? One thing is to take a look at the fades and go in and pop these puppies. Also, maybe I'll do a little bit of glitching where I'll move, a little bit of transposition where I'll move these guys up an octave, quizás. What this is going to do is it's going to eliminate any popping or clipping type sounds. Clicking, not clipping, popping and clicking type sounds that might come about because of how we've just kind of chopped up the audio in an aggressive manner. Furthermore, what I'm thinking we could do is go through and this could be cool to. So one thing I could do is I could pan these. I could start doing smash pans, like hard pan this one 30 left, this one 30 right, move it all around. I've done some cool stuff like that. But what if I just take the pan? I'll probably set up a utility to do it. Kind of just flow it back and forth, so it's a little bit more organic sounding. And then also, what's going on with the delay here for this? I think there's a little bit of delay on the vocal group, but why don't I go ahead and add this? Also, go back to showing fades. Continue doing this. And, this is a little painstaking, but the attention to detail is good. I want this to sound crisp, and we'll go through and listen to it again in a second. And we want to make sure that if we're going to take the time to bounce audio, glitch it out and stuff, let's take the time to do it right so that it's a nice clean signal coming in. At least that's how it was taught to me by such glitch luminaries as Mr. Bill and Tom Cosm. Used to love watching their videos. I still do. That Collab Alliance project they did was really cool. Definitely some fucking pretty dope stuff. You know, a different style of music than I'm doing. I'd say it's less rock oriented, and I don't know if a new listener would find my stuff to be rock oriented, but I feel like I'm pretty influenced by my rock and metal background, particularly with the arrangements. I try and have motifs that come back in, and a lot of times my tracks will be verse, chorus, a kind of an A-B type flow that's pretty standard for rock and hopefully catchy and memorable. But I like to include a lot of those glitchy type tricks from those guys too. So let's take a listen. Okay, it's all right. I don't know, maybe something like I don't know. You know, one thing I'm thinking is, what if I actually did the ping pong instead? That will give it a little bit more stereo width. Let's just hear what that sounds like. Yeah, I don't think I love that, but here's an idea. We'll still use it. So we're going to ramp up the delay. And then for these parts, we'll blast a little bit of Pong action out there. For these. Same her. Wow, that Pong, that delay really helped actually, because it, particularly Okay. One thing we forgot to do that we like to do first off is to save as. So in case I go down a path that is bad, we always have the previous version. Okay, so we're getting some cool glitching part going on this vocal part. This part I'm not crazy about. Shit, I wonder if that wasn't the right resolution to go down to. Well, let's think what else we could put on this. We could put a flanger on it. that's actually kind of cool. So maybe what I'll do is I'll duplicate this track. We'll call this French 102. Good night, Irene on that guy. And bingo, bango, bongo. So here, but these. So this is interesting because what I'd like to be doing is auto filtering out this guy. Right. So maybe if we actually high pass it out. Let's see. Let's see what this sounds like. Yeah, this is a cool idea. So, bang, I'm not going to use the delay or the pong on this one. And then also we can just use this for this section here, really. So, what we want to do.
Est-ce que vous voudriez boire quelque chose avec moi maintenant, pas plus tard? Est-ce que vous voudriez boire quelque chose avec moi maintenant, pas plus tard? Est-ce que vous voudriez boire quelque chose avec moi maintenant, pas plus tard? Est-ce que vous voudriez pas plus tard? Est-ce que vous voudriez boire quelque chose pas plus tard? Est-ce que vous voudriez boire quelque chose avec moi maintenant, pas plus tard? Est-ce que vous voudriez boire quelque chose avec moi maintenant, pas plus tard?
Yeah. So what we're doing is we're putting behind this glitchy part, the actual vocal part still, not glitched, but I'm high passing it out to kind of take away a little bit of the oomph and let this puppy shine a little bit underneath it. Let's hear this in context. I think this has to go out more. Okay. Maybe one thing we can do too is group this one and add another chain. I've been doing this a lot lately, but I like this technique. So we'll take 3 dBs off each one, and then we'll call this one flange, and we'll call this one, well, I don't know, what are we going to call it? Maybe something like a redux. So let's hear this. No, I like the hard.
moi maintenant, pas plus tard.
You know what? We need fades on these puppies too. I think too what I'm going to do is instead of the glue compressor, what if I put on, there's a nice Waves multi-band compressor that I like. It's a 4-band compressor. It has some nice vocal settings in it that I think could make this nice and full-bodied. By adding these fades, we're going to get rid of some of the popping and clicking that we were just hearing just then. Particularly when we're ramping up, something like Redux or Flanger. We want this to we need the sound signal input to be clean. So what's going on out there? Twitch, a Facebook. Here, this is gonna be fun. We'll get in here, nice and zoomed on in. But yeah, this is the type of attention and detail that timer done for 30 minutes of work. Okay. So yeah, we're just having a fun little stream, doing some creative stuff here. Hopefully making the song better for it. If not, we saved as, so save as for that ass. All right. So let's try that wave compressor that I was talking about. Let's see here. It is the wow, this is great. What was the name of that puppy? C4? Yeah. So there was a cool just vocal. One of these Dave Pensado. Yeah, just to give it a little bit of compression and tie it together. Let's hear what it sounds these two together. Let's actually go over here and take these down about 2 dB. Okay. In context. That needs to be fixed there. Nice. All right, I'd say that's coming along. We definitely get some cool stuff in there. We bounced down these vocals and did some really glitching on the audio. Let me go ahead and save. I'll throw the pseudo mastering on, and we can listen to it one time from the top before we call it a stream. Thanks again, everybody, for joining that joined along. YouTube's been pretty quiet for the night, but that's cool. We've got a silent watcher. Speak. All right. From the top, again, this first intro drum part, again, in particular, is pretty tough, but we'll get it dialed in and polished, so not too worried. All right, cool. Let's check it out. Nice. So I think we got some potential here. We're heading in the right direction of a track. We've got to tie it back into this first part. I'd like to throw a lead in. I can definitely see us getting up to 4 minutes easily with this. And then what we're going to do is we're going to dive deep. We're going to really dial in the drum kit that we're using. This is Superior Drum, remember? So I'd started together, patching together a kit, but we're going to take this seriously. We're going to be doing some serious mixing on it. There's not a whole ton of mixing being done. Really get those effects dialed in, get these drums going. Then we will, of course, program this out so there's some really dope stuff going in the whole time. Really go down into the transitions, just really polish this. I can see us doing a lot of master track bouncing and subsequent glitching. That's always a good time. So really what we're going for is a 4-minute banger that can be a little funky, a little obnoxious, tie in from this sort of major chord feel to this heavy-duty A minor banger that we've got that will drop down into halftime 170 and just be a really good 4-minute B-side for my upcoming single. So thanks, everybody, for tuning in tonight on this Monday morning stream. You know what it is, what it do, what it does, what it did. It's TomV.com, Loudverse Media. Check out my album, EP, I should say, Movement Recommended. First few songs I've put out there into the multiverse. So hope that everybody's liked what's come so far, and just know there is a lot more in store. So I will catch up with you all soon. See you on the flip side. Peace.